Now, they'll come out the gate and be like,
okay, I want 5 plane tickets, I want 6 Lamborghinis.
slow it down, we need to reverse on the play or something.
Hold up. Let me get my mind right.
What's going on, guys? It's Primitive here today with another video, and today we'll be talking about what your team is doing wrong and how to properly get on an organization. There are 3 things that we look for immediately. 1, how old are you guys? 2, where are you guys from? 3, what have you done in your game? So now I ask people, oh, so what are your accomplishments? Now, by accomplishments, I mean whether that's some like random Twitter tournament that you guys won, your GB records, any tournaments you've been to, stuff like that. You know, we're always trying to figure out what exactly you guys have been and what you guys have accomplished to kind of gauge where you guys are at in priority list. Because if we get a random DM, and guys, I get like probably 20 DMs a day, I swear, where they're just like,
let me join the organization, let me do this, like I'm a COD sniper.
No, that doesn't work, all right? You need to have a proper, almost resume. Think of it as like a job. You're applying for TeamRoyaL, and you got to impress us. You know, we got a decent amount of teams who approach us, and so you need to figure out what makes you guys special and be as professional as possible. The more professional you are, the better, and that'll definitely help you. Another thing I see AM teams do way wrong is they ask for way too much off the rip. Now, let's just say we get through the interview process. I know how old you guys are. I know where you guys are from. I kind of know what your accomplishments are, but I'm not really 100% sure. Now, they'll come out the gate and be like,
okay, I want 5 plane tickets, I want 6 Lamborghinis, I want a hotel, I want my buddy hotel, my cousin, like, Juanito is coming, he's gotta have a hotel.
Slow it down, we need to reverse on the play or something. When you are approaching an organization, the immediate thing they're wondering is, how much do I have to pay to get these teams to their event? See, whether that's online, it's a little bit more manageable. When we start talking about land, there's hotels, there's plane tickets, there's entry fees, there's jerseys, you know, like there's food, you know, there's so much going on. So we need to figure out what exactly you guys have accomplished as a team to kind of figure out how much we can justify paying for you guys. See, now, the more accomplished you guys are, the better chances you will have of having an organization actually put in like more money for you. But if you're a certain team and you guys have only won a handful of Twitter tournaments, don't be expecting plane tickets. It's just kind of how it is. It needs to make sense for both sides, you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of fun being picked up by an organization, but at the same time, the organization's got to be smart. It's not like they don't like you, it's just that it needs to make sense. Another thing I see amateur teams do way wrong is the attitude problem. Now, attitude is a really big deal to me, and I think different organizations have different philosophies about this, but I think a lot of teams kind of look at like Call of Duty, for example. I think a lot of you guys out there think that like, okay, if I have a certain amount of gun skill, or if I do this, if I do that, if I'm a great player, it's all about the W, right? It's all about the win. I mean, to a degree, yes, it is true. We definitely do care about winning. Now, we wouldn't pick up a team who couldn't win, but at the same time, it's a lot about personality. It's a lot about just getting to know the people behind the controller, because when I have people who say, all right, here's a Twitch stream, whatever, I'm going to be watching at least an hour and a half of every single team's Twitch stream to get an idea of who they are as a person, how they play, how they talk to each other, how they talk to other teams. Because if I pick you guys up, if I have my crown on your Twitch stream and you're cussing out some like 14-year-old kid and like things are getting really heated and stuff, that makes me look bad. So make sure you guys have good attitudes when you're approaching an organization, because that is definitely something we watch out for. Way wrong is that you guys are way too impatient when it comes to organizations getting back to you. Now, I'm probably gonna tell you something you don't want to hear, but it kind of needs to be said on behalf of the organizations. Odds are, if an organization hasn't gotten back to you in at least 3 to 4 days, kind of depending on like when you exactly messaged them throughout the week, they are probably not interested. They did probably read your message. They probably weren't too impressed. It's just one of the things that kind of sucks on our part, because we don't like to turn anybody away. I mean, I don't like reading, you know, a young, ambitious player's, you know, resume and being like, okay, well, he's just not ready. There's certain teams that we need to hold a standard to, and I think if you guys don't hit that, odds are teams will probably not respond. So if you don't get a message within 3 to 4 days of your application, odds are they probably are not interested. So guys, do not spam. We all have that one friend who just keeps on, you know, texting you, hey, where you at? Hey, did you read this message? You know, and so when the way we get that is like, we'll read some application, we'll be like, okay, he's not really ready. We might forget to get back to him, because, you know, some organizations, kind of depending on where they're at in their scene, like get a lot of messages a day. I mean, we probably get like 20 DMs a day or something like that, asking about competitive, asking about, you know, whatever. And so I might read it, but then I might forget to respond, or I do this thing where I mentally respond, but I don't actually respond. And so if a team hasn't gotten back to you, please do not spam. So do not be like, hey, did you read this message? Hey, you know, what about this? Oh, hey, we got a roster move. We're a better team now, you know, or whatever. So it's like, just please do not spam and keep it respectful if they are not interested. Make sure you guys are actually ready for an organization, because a lot of teams are not ready. Whether it's they're just underqualified, they're not as experienced, or whatever. Make sure your team is actually ready. Get some tournament wins under your belt. You know, place in those GB tournaments, play those online leagues. You know, like play those random Twitter tournaments that nobody plays, just to get your name out there and just to build up that resume of like, hey, I won this tournament. Hey, I won this, or hey, you know, I placed top 3 in this event or this league, or you know what I mean? So like, just compete as many events as you can as a team and try to stick together. Because if I see a team has only been together for a week, I mean, I don't feel too good about that, you know what I mean? But if I've seen a team who's been together for like 6 months, then that's something completely different. So the best advice I can give amateur players to join TeamRoyaL would be 1, say your age, 2, say your location, 3, mention as many accomplishments as you think is actually valid, so that way we can kind of get an idea of how your team is doing and where you guys stack up compared to the other teams that have approached us. And so just play as many tournaments as you guys can possibly enter, and then just do well in those tournaments, and then whenever you think you're ready, make sure to fill out that application properly and send us either a DM or an email. I think email comes off a little bit more professional, but I'm totally willing to talk on DMs. I think a lot of organizations are. So yeah, I mean, just good luck with the chase, guys. It's been Primitive. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. We're about to hit 300 subscribers, and be looking out for the next video. See ya.
Hold up. Let me get my mind right.